Trump è il prescelto? C'è una teoria di un rabbi che dice che Trump potrebbe essere il prescelto. Ma prescelto da chi? E soprattutto per cosa? No, non è il Neo che ci affrancherà da Matrix, ma qualcosa di molto più sinistro. Guardate questo video.
But like the first non-Jewish Messiah, Cyrus, who was chosen to assist the Jews in re-establishing themselves in the land of Israel after their 70-year exile in Babylon, the current non-Jewish Messiah was chosen to be of service to the Jewish people and the Jewish Messiah. President Trump's right ear was grazed in a symbolic gesture of Exodus 21:6, where the Torah states that a servant who wants to remain with his master needs to have his right ear pierced. Trump was designated as God's servant and anointed one, just like Cyrus the Great almost 2,400 years ago. We have clarified in several videos that the absolute deadline for the redemption is by the end of the Jewish year 5787, which corresponds to October 2nd, 2027, 1,167 days from today. Thus, the redemption will surely occur during Donald Trump's tenure. And I have good reason to believe Donald Trump was chosen to be the one to redeem the sins of Esav through offering his assistance in rebuilding the Holy Temple on the Temple Mount and establishing the Jewish kingdom over all of mankind in Jerusalem. Perhaps it is no accident that the numeric value of Donald Trump in Hebrew is the same as Messiah, son of David, Mashiach ben David, 424. However, Donald Trump is mistaken if he thinks he was chosen to make America great again. He will no doubt do a lot of good things to strengthen our economy, protect our borders, and allow religious freedom to flourish. But America will never become a great country on its own, because Esav's days are numbered. All our elite institutions and centers of power and influence are rotten through and through. The majority of Americans under 30 who are college educated and who are the future leaders of America support the vicious monsters of Hamas rather than the holy and courageous soldiers of the IDF. No human being, even Donald Trump, can reverse this. No. The greatness of America does not lie in its own success. America will be great when the Messiah comes. And the leader of this country, on behalf of all the good people in this country, will humbly present himself to the Jewish Messiah and ask him to accept the United States of America into a new alliance of countries who accept the leadership of the Messiah. A new United Nations will replace the current cesspool that goes by that fraudulent name. A real United Nations, united to serve God, led by the Messiah and based in Jerusalem. And my feeling is that the United States under President Trump will be the first nation to join. The meaning of the MAGA movement needs to be adjusted. America was a great idea, but it was never realized. When the American government under FDR chose not to lift a finger to save the Jews from Hitler's inferno, America was not great. They slammed the door shut even to Jews who miraculously were able to escape from the clutches of Nazi Germany. How great was that? And during the Six-Day War, America sent a spy ship, the USS Liberty, to the Mediterranean to relay vital military information to Israel's enemies. How great was that? Although Trump can make America safer and more prosperous, he cannot make America great. And that is not what he was chosen for. I believe he has a much greater historic role. It is no accident that Trump was anointed by God in Pennsylvania, where the Declaration of Independence was signed. The MAGA movement needs to be tweaked from Make America Great Again to Make America Godly Again. Donald Trump has taken the first step by proclaiming to the whole world that which is clear to anyone who wishes to see. The entire episode on Shabbat of July 13th in Butler, Pennsylvania was clearly orchestrated by God, and the fact that President Trump turned his head a mere second before the shot grazed his ear was clearly miraculous. I believe this man was chosen to be the one to represent Western society in greeting the Messiah in Jerusalem, chosen to bow his head in humility to Mashiach, and to offer America's complete unconditional assistance to completely eradicate all of the enemies of the Jews and of God, and in the establishment of the eternal kingdom of the Messiah, son of David, who will lead all of mankind to lead moral and holy lives. Numbers chapter 24, where it was specifically a non-Jewish prophet, Bilam, who was chosen to proclaim in the name of God almost 3,300 years ago. I see it, but not now. I perceive it, but not in the near future. A star shall go forth from Jacob, and a staff shall arise in Israel, crushing their enemies and dominating all of mankind. Edom shall be demolished, and Israel shall be triumphant. May we all witness this speedily in our days.
Ora ditemi che cosa ne pensate nei commenti, fatelo girare e se volete altre informazioni, soprattutto quelle non censurate, andate nel link in bio. Nel link in bio o nel link in descrizione, comunque a questo indirizzo c'è la newsletter gratuita. Una newsletter la quale troverete la VPN per non farvi tracciare, che non è NordVPN, un'altra VPN che tra l'altro costa veramente poco e che non chiede i vostri dati, e troverete gli articoli non censurati e troverete tutto quello che non potete trovare qua. Ma soprattutto, se succedesse magicamente qualcos'altro a questi account, voi lo saprete solamente andando nella newsletter, quindi andateci, ed è pure gratis. Intanto fate girare, fate follow e ditemi che cosa ne pensate nei commenti.